fans are screaming. They're jostling to get an autograph or photo from their idols. This is the premiere of X-Men Days of Future Past in Beijing on Tuesday night. Hugh Jackman arrived not long after having a cancerous growth removed from his nose. He was still wearing a bandage at the premiere. X-Men Days of Future Past is time travel story. The X-Men sends Wolverine back to the past and changes the history. And now, let's see what Hugh Jackman would like to return to and make a change.
You know, I think a lot about life is accepting the things you don't get right and accepting that things don't all have to be perfect. I wouldn't mind going back to my high school years, though. I mean, the idea of taking the knowledge you have as someone older and going back, I would have probably had more fun.
The film has an all-star cast, including Jackman, Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Fassbender, and James McAvoy. Chinese actress Fan Bingbing also appears in the film as Blink, a mutant with the power of teleportation. The movie is scheduled to hit the big screen on May 23rd in both China and North America. One of Wolverine's mutant powers includes the ability to regenerate, making him nearly indestructible. After playing Wolverine for 14 years, Hugh Jackman says the death of character has been contemplated, but added that he's hesitant about the idea.
I remember Darren Aronofsky, he was coming on board to do the Wolverine. I don't know if you know about that. And he floated that as an idea. And I think it's a great thing to do for audiences to know that that's possible. Otherwise, you lose a sense of danger and immediacy and urgency and drama. But it's a pretty bold decision to make. You know, people love that character. He is quite iconic. And I try to relate it to myself. If I was a teenager and I went to see Indiana Jones and he died at the end of it, I think I'd be pretty upset.
Past to end this war before it ever begins.
X-Men Days of Future Past is Jackman's 7th film as Wolverine. As for the future, he may continue to play the same character in the 3rd installment of the Wolverine franchise and also in the next X-Men film. Next, in our interview, he dropped some hints about his future projects. And will you play X-Men Apocalypse and the next Wolverine film back to back?
You know, that idea has been suggested to me. Neither script is written yet, so this is all hypothetical right now, but physically it's a lot easier to do because it's much easier to stay in shape than to get into shape. Now, I'm relatively close to... I like to be no more than 3 months away from getting ready for Wolverine. So if I completely let it go and getting back, that's difficult. I've really enjoyed playing the same character because it pushes you to dig deeper as an actor. It pushes you to find different things. And I think I've grown as an actor at the same time that I've been playing it.
Jackman was also candid about the least favorable aspects of living as an actor.
I'm fairly at ease with aspects of fame, but some members of my family are not. My kids get uncomfortable with it, and sometimes that element. The hard thing to reconcile is trying to protect a sense of privacy for my children, really. You know, it was a choice I made. I got my first job when I was 26, and so, not that I ever thought I'd have anyone photographing me, but it's a choice you make, and you go into it with your eyes open. But, you know, I think for your children, they should have the same right to make that choice rather than being thrust upon them.
Jackman will have a busy schedule. The actor will host the 68th Annual Tony Awards, which will take place on June 8th. He will also return to Broadway in the fall to star in the play The River.
The River, expect the unexpected. It is a really fascinating play. Brilliant playwright, Jez Butterworth. And there's a lot of twists and turns in it. And I don't think anyone coming to it should read too much about it because you really don't know where it's going. You don't know exactly. There's a lot of goosebump moments in it, I like to, which for me is exciting. There's a lot of revivals in the theatre because people, oh, I want to go and see that play. Oh, yes, I know that play. But for me, I love to go and see something I know nothing about, and this certainly will do that.
Last November, Jackman was diagnosed with having basal cell carcinoma, a treatable and slow-growing form of skin cancer. He was treated right after being diagnosed and says the prognosis was good. But earlier last week, he revealed on Instagram that he had to undergo the same treatment again. He urged his fans to wear sunscreen to protect themselves from the sun's harmful rays.
I'm fine. I had a basal cell carcinoma which has been taken out. I had great doctors and get checks, wear sunscreen. That's what I say.